So you're him, the Pokemon Master who doesn't speak. Well, I've come to face you and defeat you. You may be a man with few words, but after this, you'll be begging for a rematch.
You suck!
Huh?
I'm gonna whoop that ass! Let's go! My Pikachu's probably better than your strongest Pokemon, nerd!
What is going on, guys? This is Dobbs here, bringing you another Pokemon video. And I want to ask you something. Have you ever wondered who would have won between Red and Gold in that epic battle on Mount Silver? Most people would say it was Gold, because hey, you did it yourself. You defeated Red. Well, it's not that simple. And in this video, I'm going to explain who is actually the strongest trainer between the two. But before we start, let's set some rules for the playing field. I will be basing all of this on the first two generation Pokemon games. The fight between Red and Gold on Mount Silver will not count because even though most people won that battle, some people could have lost it. And finally, the remakes for Pokemon Red and Blue and Gold and Silver do not count because the remakes added a ton of content that would make this decision extremely hard. And here's a disclaimer. This is my opinion. I am not officially saying one trainer is stronger than the other. Everything I'm going to say in this video isn't all made up. There's a ton of research behind this, and I've come to the conclusion that this one trainer is stronger than the other. And let me tell you, I started this video thinking the complete opposite. I was confident that this one trainer was stronger than the other, but I was wrong. So with everything set up, let's get started with the video. So let's start with Red and his achievements. Red obtained all 8 Kanto Gym badges, he defeated the Elite Four and the Champion Blue, he caught the first 150 Pokemon, including the Ultimate Pokemon Mewtwo, he single-handedly took down Team Rocket, and changed Giovanni, who was an evil leader, into someone pure. Now these are big achievements, but Gold has achieved a lot as well. Gold has obtained all 8 badges from Kanto and Johto, so in total 16 badges. He defeated the Elite Four and became champion, defeated Blue as a gym leader, took down the reincarnation of Team Rocket, who were known as Neo Rocket, changed the mindset of a corrupted kid known as Silver into someone good, and attracted the legendary beast Suicune and eventually caught him. So on top of the bat, these two trainers are definitely elite, but only one can be stronger. So let's look at the differences between their achievements. For one, in my opinion, the blue that Red challenged and the blue that Gold challenged are completely different. It's a well-known fact that gym leaders scale their Pokemon for the challenger. If you're a beginner, you're going to fight low-leveled Pokemon, but if you're experienced, you're going to fight high-leveled Pokemon. So with Blue being Gold's last gym leader, of course he's going to have high-leveled Pokemon, but he's not going to fight at his champion level, because that would just be unfair. So with that mindset, Red fought Blue with Blue not holding anything back, and on top of that, not only Red defeated Champion Blue, but he did it after defeating the Elite Four, which is really impressive. But what is also impressive is attracting legendary Pokemon. Suicune saw Gold as a powerful trainer, so he put Gold to the test to see if he was a powerful enough trainer to be his owner. And as we all know, Gold passed that test and caught Suicune. Now this is something that hasn't happened to Red. There hasn't been a legendary Pokemon that sought Red to be their owner. So that must mean this is a rare event that only happens to a select few of worthy trainers. Another major difference is the Team Rocket that Gold faced and Red faced. The Team Rocket that Red faced had Giovanni as their leader, which means that Team Rocket was more powerful and more organized. On the other hand, the Team Rocket that Gold faced didn't really have a leader, which means it wasn't really that organized and wasn't as powerful. It was more of a group of people who wanted to keep Team Rocket alive. So Red taking down Team Rocket was more impressive than Gold, but what's also impressive is that Gold took down Team Rocket for good. Another major difference I think that's important is that the legendary Pokemon that each trainer caught have different circumstances. Suicune wanted to be caught by Gold. He wanted Gold to be his trainer, but I'm not saying he was holding back any when he was testing him. All I'm saying is that Mewtwo probably put more of a struggle than Suicune did. And on top of that, Mewtwo is arguably the strongest Pokemon to ever exist. And with Mewtwo not wanting Red to be his trainer and going full throttle against Red, it makes it pretty impressive that Red caught him. Even Blue tried to catch Mewtwo, and Blue was the champion of the Pokemon League, and Mewtwo annihilated him. So Red catching Mewtwo is probably his biggest accomplishment up to date. So moving on, let's talk about the gym badges. It is really impressive that Gold went from Johto to Kanto and defeated all the gym leaders. Not even Red has done that, and not to mention, no other trainer has done that in the Pokemon games. Gold is the only one. So let's move on to how these two trainers meet. Red initially went to Mount Silver to catch Mew and to train his Pokemon in the dangerous area. Red got so caught up in this dream that he isolated himself from all his friends and family, and he spent 3 years of his life there. So you can only imagine how powerful his Pokemon must be, spending 3 years of his life in one of the most elite areas, with nothing else on his mind besides catching Mew and leveling up his Pokemon. On the other hand, Gold went to Mount Silver to face Red, because after achieving his 16 badge, Professor Oak calls him and tells him about the old champion. So Gold going through this elite area to find Red Red is pretty impressive too. So now let's talk about the trainer's strengths and weaknesses. Red has more experience because he is 3 years older, and all he's done in his life is train his Pokemon. So of course his Pokemon's going to be stronger. And also, in my opinion, I think Red has more motivation to be a stronger trainer, because all his life up until he defeated Blue, Blue was a bully to him. So he's always had that extra push to be better than Blue. On the other hand, Silver was just a criminal that Gold was trying to find, so he could turn him into the police for stealing that Pokemon. He wasn't a childhood bully, he was just a person that he just met. So I don't think Gold had as much motivation as Red. And for Red's weakness, the only thing I can think of is that he might be overly confident, because this is a trainer that has never lost a battle while not even using his strongest Pokemon. So this might make him overconfident and could be his weakness, but this is just speculation. So moving on to Gold's strengths and weaknesses, Gold has explored 2 regions, which gives him a bigger variety of Pokemon, and also carries a legendary on his team. And for his weakness, the only thing I can say is that he has less experience than Red. He hasn't been training in Mount Silver for the past 3 years, so his Pokemon may not be as strong as Red's. So now we know their accomplishments, their strengths, and their weaknesses. But before I give out the verdict, I want to go over their Pokemon teams, because I just think it's really fun to see what their Pokemon teams would look like. So starting with Red, he would have a Pikachu, who was his starter, a Charizard, who he got as a Charmander from the training from Route 24, a Venusaur, who he got as a Bulbasaur from Melanie, a Blastoise, who he got as a Squirtle from Officer Jenny, a Snorlax, who was blocking the path on Route 12, and finally an Espeon, who I believe evolved from Eevee at Mount Silver. So moving on to Gold's team, he's going to have a shiny Gyarados, who he caught from Lake Rage, a Typhlosion, who is his starter Pokemon, his Suicune, the legendary Pokemon who wanted Gold as his trainer, a Togetic, who hatched from an egg as a Togepi that Gold received from Mr. Pokemon, a Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan, who he evolved from Tyrogue that he received from the Karate Master, and for his 6th Pokemon, I think he would have a Sudowoodo to be Snorlax's counterpart. So now the verdict. Knowing all this information, their achievements, their strengths, their weaknesses, their motivation, and their Pokemon teams, with all of that in mind, in my opinion, by a small margin, I think the better trainer is Red. I started this video thinking that Gold was a better Pokemon trainer, because Pokemon Crystal has always been my favorite Pokemon game, and Gold has always been my favorite trainer. But the one thing that changed my mind, which I think was the biggest game changer, was that Red had more motivation for being a better Pokemon trainer than Gold. I think Blue is what made Red the better Pokemon trainer. Blue pushed Red over the limit because he was always bullying him. So because of that bullying, Red made it his goal to be better than him, which I think makes Blue the true rival of any Pokemon game. And even if you counted the fight on Mount Silver, I would think Red could just pull out his Mewtwo and clean Gold. So for those reasons, I think Red is a more skilled trainer than Gold. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like if you did, and if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to let me know in the comments, and let me know what you want me to do. 2 trainers, 2 Pokemon, whoever. And also, the more likes this video gets, the more it lets me know that you guys like these kind of videos. And also, if you're enjoying the channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for fan interactions, video updates, and other cool stuff, follow me at Ethan Dobbs. And for the question of the day, who do you think would win between Red and Gold, and why? Be sure to let me know down below in the comments. I can't wait to see what you guys have in mind, and I'll see y'all next time. See ya.